Officer Schmidt and Jenko go undercover at a local college to find the dealer of a new drug ring.
We'll go around to classes and activities, ask around about the drug, find out who the dealer is.
As the two go in different social directions, they struggle to maintain their professional relationship. But they have to figure out how to work together in order to solve the case in 22 Jump Street.
Hi, I'm Zorianna, and I'm here with Scott and Liz, and we're here to discuss 22 Jump Street, the sequel to 21 Jump Street. We've all just seen it. All right, Liz.
I didn't want to see the first one, and I ended up loving the first one. I didn't want to see this one, and I ended up loving this one. So
how could you not want to see the first one, love it, and then not want to see the second one?
Because I thought I was just going to see more of the same thing, and I was like, how could it be funny? How could it be silly? I saw more of the same thing, but it still had energy, and it still had that sense of silliness.
Very silly.
And I was along for the ride.
I think it's funny that we're all in on the joke. The writers, the directors, the actors, we're all winking to the camera saying, all right, we're remaking the first movie. It's the same story, down to the same plot. The only thing that's changed is, we crossed the street from 21 to 22, and we went from high school to college. But it's the same story.
Well, there's no Korean
drugs.
Jesus. There's now
Vietnamese Jesus.
Right,
Yeah,
right, yes.
Yeah, because sequels traditionally, when something's a hit, they give you more money, you have more action, more this, more. And that's exactly what we have here. We have more of everything, but it's all with a wink and a nod, and we're all, like you said, we're all in on it. And it's really clever. I thought it was much clever, maybe a little sillier than the first film.
Definitely.
But very clever with the self-referential stuff.
The co-directors, they also did the Lego movie. They did Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
They're on a roll.
Those movies are trippy. Those movies are trippy, and there's that drug scene in 22 Jump Street where you're just going like, what are these guys on? But that energy does make up for some of the shortcomings of the film. Because it is the same film as 21 Jump Street, I felt like it did meander a little bit. I felt like it's just like, okay, let's keep moving.
It's 20 minutes too long, I would say.
It is definitely too long.
22 minutes too long.
There you go. Yes. But I feel like they made up for that with the energy and with the silliness and with the trippiness.
I thought the first film was more of an action movie with comedy. This one definitely had more comedy with a lot of action. In fact, I'd actually call it a romantic comedy.
It's a bromantic
with
comedy.
It was extremely romantic between our two leads, or bromantic.
Yeah.
I mean, they took their relationship to a whole other level.
I just feel like sometimes he's not even trying anymore.
Seriously, he's clingy, he's terrified of being by himself.
Given all these strong feelings, why don't you hold hands? He's literally reaching out for you.
He won't hold my hand. You got to interlock it, though. If you don't interlock it, you might as well just be friends and not partners.
I think the movie hinges on the chemistry between Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill. It's these guys that make the movie. If it was somebody else, another bromantic couple, you probably wouldn't get the same thing. It would be very different. But there's something about this combination that audiences love, that's something that they have that's very special, and it's because of them that this movie is so great.
So Jonah Hill gets his second Oscar nom for The Wolf of Wall Street, a different kind of street. And Channing Tatum has obviously gotten a lot bigger because of The Vow, because of White House Down.
Magic Mike.
Yeah, Magic Mike, hello.
Yeah.
So both of them have definitely gotten more comfortable in their roles. And sometimes with sequels, even if they nail it the first time, they hit their stride. And I feel like they really did with this film. And their relationship is what makes the movie, really.
I got a new identity that's going to be killer. I'm gonna be throwing it to you to make it legit.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to improvise.
I suck at improvising. I don't want to do it.
I need absolute silence while I fall in the character.
Maybe.
I need absolute silence while I fall in the character.
Now, our two directors, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, they started off, as you said, Scott, they started off with Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the Lego movie, now this. They're having a big year.
Yeah.
Two quirky guys who came out of animation, taking a stab at live action, now doing a sequel. I thought they did a really good job. I wonder sometimes what their thinking is or how they're...
It's out there.
Yes,
yeah,
it really is.
But that's a good point. They got their start in animation, and they're doing live action. But here's a film, 22 Jump Street, that feels like a live action animated movie. It has that trippiness.
Without being too cartoony.
Right, exactly.
All the humor comes, well, a lot of the humor comes from visual gags. Like, I know there's the car chase scene, and you do an aerial shot over, you know, the giant helmet going through a building.
That's a great scene, I gotta say. If you're gonna do a car chase, you could have just done a car chase in the street. You got this little buggy shaped like a football going around the campus, knocking over the artwork on the campus. I'm like, okay, that's different. I'll take that.
Well, but I lose the fact that it is more of a comedy than action film, because traditional action directors would have cut that up and, you know, really focused on destruction.
Could not have pulled that off.
Right, but it turned into Frogger. It was like a Frogger moment.
Well, also, their jokey way of saying, we're not doing a sequel or another sequel because we're getting too old, it's going to be ridiculous, it'll never work.
Not necessarily. They could be saying, well, maybe there's going to be plenty of sequels and here's a taste of it.
They said they weren't going to do a sequel, but, I mean, if it makes a ton of money at the box office, and it probably will, money talks. If you're in the mood for a fun summer movie, then you should jump at the chance to see it.
22 Jump Street is a fun, fluffy film. See it.
The bromance between Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill redefines the buddy action comedy. See it.
Cheers.
Yay, cheers to the Wolf of 22 Jump Street.
Aha.
Yes.
Can you give me like a head start on
I need absolute silence.
Can you please
I need absolute silence.